Okay, hi guys. So the next deck in my collection is my Wayhome Tarot. This is as of right now, the only indie deck I have purchased that I've kept. I have a couple on order already that I will be hopefully getting in later this week that I will be showing you guys. But I did purchase one other indie deck that I did not end up keeping. It was the Simplicity Tarot. I backed it on Kickstarter. I got the deck in. It was a Rider-Waite-Smith. I didn't enjoy it. I did go ahead and rehome it, and it went very quickly. I know the person that got it, and they're very happy with it. And I am very happy with this deck because I throw cards everywhere. All right, so as I was informed, I did not know this. I believe it was, oh gosh, Old Soul Mermaid. I've been binge watching tarot reviews and only 10 deck videos over here on YouTube. And I know she had mentioned that the backs of these cards are the 88 cards superimposed. That I did not know. I found that amazingly, amazingly cool. So that just kind of makes me enjoy the backs of these cards a little bit more. I always saw them more as like a sunflower, but knowing it's the cards superimposed, I thought that was pretty interesting. Okay, so we're just gonna get started with a flip through. As you can see, there's a lot of, soft colors, but at the same time, I believe it was two different artists that did this deck. And the artwork is, there's two different artworks, but for me personally, it works. I didn't expect to enjoy this deck as much as I do. I love this full card. So like she was saying in the video that I watched when she had brought this deck up, and again, I want to say it's Old Soul Mermaid, but at the same time, it could have been Empress and Basil. I apologize that I don't know offhand who it was, but I'm pretty sure it was Old Soul Mermaid. But yeah, I love the fact that you are the one that's stepping onto this path, and I love the rainbows and the hills. It's just such pretty. But you can definitely tell the difference in each of the cards to know that there was different artists doing the cards. Just the color variation and the design. I love the court cards because they each are representing their own suit, but they're also kind of scenic almost. And I think they're beautiful. So this is the Knight, obviously. One of my favorite too. This is one of the cards that was a deciding factor for me getting this deck. The Chariot was another, and the Hermit, when it comes up, was a big one. I loved the fact that it was a trout, that it was like, that is all about drive. And this was another one that I was like, I can learn with that deck. And that was the big deciding factor for me, that I could learn with this deck. I love this Ten of Pentacles. It's such a beautiful card. So the Daughter of Wands, fireworks. So this is the Page, and again, it really cements that energy, and I love this. This was the big deciding factor. I'm like, I need that deck because of that Universe card. The fives, I mean, they're very fitting. They're pippish, but they're also kind of scenic. I'm not sure if there's a specific style for that, but I love this because when you flip it over, everything is contained in his head and the cup. And I mean, there's so much to get out of these cards. I know multiple people have raved and talked about these cards. This is another one. The Hermit is, being a Virgo, this was the card. I'm like, look at that little firefly, and look at that beautiful bear, and look at the scene. I'm like, I need this deck. Just a couple of these cards were like the deciding factor that I'm like, I know it's going to cost me $40. I know it's probably going to cost me like $8 in shipping, and I don't care. because it was something that I needed. And again, the 3, it's a very scenic, like this is a situational card, but at the same time it's almost pippish, where you just, and I love it. This was one of my favorites. I think this is a great way, because the swords are growing the flowers. And I love, and the fact that all the tips are on the ground and it's the flowers that are replacing that. There's so much that you can get out of these. The Lovers card, I love this Lovers card. I always see this and I always think of, being brave enough to, really, let somebody else catch you. That's what I see with this card. So and these kind of have like a mirage behind them, and I thought that was so fitting for the 7. The 4 of Pentacles with the lily pads that are holding up the frog, and the 6s, the 6 of Cups. I love the coloring on these. I think, as strange as they are, they all fit together. Like the Tower, like the lightning, and it's setting this on fire. In the middle of what looks to be a very dry woods. And Lisa Pepez had mentioned about the aces being the C's of the suit. And all of the aces, oh, perfect. Yeah, all of the aces kind of show that. As you can see with these 2 here, they kind of show themselves to be that seed, specifically in the Pentacles. But yeah, they definitely represent the start of the suit. I love the volcano in this one, because the Knight, it's really like high action, and that I thought was really, really fitting. This Sun card's another one where, the sun can be great, but at the same time, if you're in the desert, the sun is not so great. And that was kind of, you get that shadowy aspect in some of these cards without even having to have them reversed. So there's the 5. This I thought was pretty cool. I think they're supposed to be cups. I always see them as pearls. And then in an oyster shell, I thought that was pretty cool. I love these lanterns. Oh, and yeah, the Death card's a little bit rough. But at the same time, it was, not the people that die aren't just people that are old. There are some people that are innocent that die too, and it is very sad. And that's kind of why I like that card. It's because, it may have happened, but it doesn't always have to have a good reason, but eventually it will have a good reason, even if it's not in the moment. So the 2 of Swords is another good representation. I think they did a really good job with this one. And 7 of Pentacles. I love this 10 of Wands, how everything's burnt out and like they made it into some burnt paper. This 9 is pretty interesting too. I think we get a little bit of nod to some, modern stuff without it being, over the top. And again, the start of the suit, I think these really fit well into the seeds of the suit. Temperance, I know it's supposed to be like a peacock and the peacock feathers. I'm assuming there's a lot more symbolism in this card than I think I realize. So this is kind of like I have to remember my keywords for this card, just because I don't feel like I can draw a lot from the symbolism, because I don't know it, at least as far as there may or may not be in this card. So there's another, I really like this card as well. And the Empress, yes, okay, I was hoping the Emperor was underneath of it. But again, so the Empress and the Emperor cards, as you'll see later, his is a brain instead of a heart, with a similar vibe. And I really, really love the symbolism to these. So there's a 5, and his legs are actually made out of the swords. So I thought that was kind of cool. I love the Magician, as above, so below. The 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Okay. But yeah, it's the symbolism to these are really great. I do just love the 7 of Wand card, the Pentacles. Oh, they did such a good job. This Hierophant at first really did throw me off, and it still kind of does because it's a set of mushrooms. But again, I think there's symbolism here that you can really dive deep into, especially with the root system that's here and the way this is organized and just like the design of it. I think it's really easy to, jump into that symbolism. I love this card. I love the bee, and I love the galaxy behind it. Another really well sitting, it's a page. You're kind of like, I always see this kind of more of a, you gotta hold out a little bit. The daughter and mother, the page and queen, kind of reflect each other, as do the son and father, the knight and king. So I thought that was very cool. But yeah, I think again with they use the outlines of each of them, and I mean they're not all the same. That's what I like about it, is they didn't reuse a bunch of the same templates. They did a different one for each suit, each position. There's the star. Love this creek here. I think it really, and the reflection, I love that card. But yeah, so you get kind of like more slow like a tree, or fast like a hurricane, and I think that really lends itself to the symbolism. So snowflakes, and suddenly she's made out of icicles. Again, the symbolism in these is absolutely fantastic. So the strength card, I know there's been like different people that are saying, well, what's the snake wrapped in? From what I understand, it's actually a pelvis. And I think the fact that the snake is wrapped in a pelvis, and it's for the strength card, again, the symbolism is very well done. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, especially with a couple of the cards that are a little less than comfortable for a lot of people. And there's the Emperor card. But if you can handle those bits from this deck, I think it is very, very worth it. I found it kind of difficult to use this as a beginner, but at the same time, I don't think, had I been more involved in reading, and I love this High Priestess card. The obvious symbolism with the eye, and I don't know if those are supposed to be moons or if her eyes are closed, but I have to assume moons. The water, I love this High Priestess card. But I don't think I would have gotten as much out of this deck had I not the Wheel of Fortune. I love this Wheel of Fortune card. This was another one that I was like, I saw this major, and I saw most of the majors, and I'm like, okay, I will purchase that. But tangents everywhere. I don't think I would have learned as much from this deck had I waited longer. Like, had I known more, I don't think I would get as much, because I'd be like, oh, that's just, that's not how you read, or something like that. I think it's a very intuitive deck, and a lot of the time when I first got this and I was trying to read it, yep, the Eight of Swords. So this is what I thought of in my spirit. Oh gosh, I just have it right here too. My native spirit, my Vision Quest deck. This was kind of the card I was thinking of when, and it works the same in the Rider-Waite, where she's blindfolded, and this is he's setting the light off. He's setting himself off into the scared. I watched a couple of reviews because I did not understand this Devil card, and it's very much they're very much show horses, and they're being restrained by something otherworldly almost. Please ignore my dog. It's dinner time at my house, and she is being very demanding for food, so don't mind her. But yeah, it's being done in such a way that Where was I going with that? Again, the Devil card is all about places that you've stuck yourself and you kind of have to get yourself out of them. But at the same time, the restraints are so strange and so uncommon, I guess is the best way, that you don't know how to get yourself out. And I thought it was a very interesting take on the Devil card, because it's like, yeah, you may have let somebody else put you in this position, you may have helped, but doesn't always mean that a helping hand out wouldn't be a good thing. Oh my goodness, it's dinner time and we're mad. Yes. So mother hens, I love the lightning in this and the fact that it's touching water, and it's beautiful. But yeah, there's definitely an obvious take on the fact that there is two different artists here, because some of them are situational versus like pippish, like this one. Like this I would see as more like a scenic, or a couple of them maybe are actually situational. I love this hangman. I do really, really love this hangman. I think this kind of lends itself to being more transformative versus the death card in this particular deck, which I think is very cool because everybody kind of takes their own variation on those two cards, especially. I think the Devil's another one where it's situational as to how you would read the Devil or the Hanged Man or death. So it's very, very interesting. And I love the wolves in this. And right in the middle is the scorpion crab. I think it's the crab, lobster. I believe it's the lobster. And then the last one, which is one of my favorites. I love this card. I like snakes, but I loved the pentagrams and the broken shells. I thought that was pretty cool. So that is my small rant on the Wayhome Tarot. Thank you guys so much for checking this out, and I will do my best to leave a link to this particular deck if you are interested. It also does have a guidebook, which I did check out. I didn't really find it all that helpful for me in this deck. It's completely up to you. It is something you have to buy separately. Amazon obviously does carry it. I still think you have to order the deck. Oh gosh, I still think you have to order it indie. But I will leave the link down to this one down in the description. Thank you guys. Bye.